Greetings and salutations. This is the Adjutant. Welcome to Thursday evening with the Adjutant. Pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's spend a little time together. Every now and then it's good to kind of slow down from the pace of life and simply have a conversation. Not about markets, not about retirement accounts, not about the next financial goal, just about life. Tonight, I'd like to share something I've been thinking about for quite a while. By the end of our conversation, my hope is that you'll leave with a different perspective on what it really means to lose something valuable. Now, if somebody stopped you today and asked, what's the most expensive thing you've ever lost? What would your answer be? For many people, the first thought would probably be money. Maybe it was a bad investment. Maybe it was a business that failed. Maybe it was a home that lost value, or a career opportunity that slipped away, or a financial mistake that took years to recover from. Those things certainly can be painful. I've made mistakes in my life. You probably made a few yourself. That's part of being human. Now, most of us have looked back at some point and thought, if only I had made a different decision. But the older I become, the more I realize something. Money is rarely the most expensive thing we lose. Money has an interesting quality about it. It comes, it goes, it can be earned, it can be invested, it can be rebuilt. Even after major financial setbacks, many people eventually recover. There are countless stories of people who lost everything financially and started over. It wasn't easy, but they did it. The things that concern me most aren't the things that can be earned back. They're the things that can. I've spent years talking with veterans, retirees, and families, and people from every walk of life. No matter how different their stories are, I have noticed something remarkable. As people grow older, they rarely spend their time talking about money they wish they had made. Instead, they talk about the moments they wish they hadn't missed. They remember the birthday they couldn't attend because work came first. They remember promising their children, well, maybe next weekend. They remember the phone call they never made. The friendship they assumed would always be there. The parent they thought that they had had more chances to visit. The spouse they were always planning to spend more time with after things finally slowed down. Life has a way of teaching us lessons that no classroom ever could. One of those lessons is this. Tomorrow is not something we're promised. It's something we hope for. There's a tremendous difference between the two. We often live as though tomorrow has already been guaranteed. We postpone conversation, we postpone rest, we postpone forgiveness, we postpone dreams, we postpone being fully present because we're convinced there will always be another opportunity. Sometimes there is, and then, of course, sometimes there isn't. That's why I believe one of the greatest mistakes we can make is assuming we'll always have more time. Time, folks, is unlike money. When money leaves your wallet, you might earn it back. When time leaves your life, it's gone forever. And every single one of us is spending it today, one day at a time. As I've reflected on this over the years, I've started asking myself a different question. Instead of asking how much can I accomplish today, I try to ask, am I spending today on what will still matter years from now? That's a very different question because everything in life has a cost. Some costs are measured in dollars, others are measured in moments. Some people spend their health trying to build wealth only to spend their wealth trying to regain their health. Think about that. Some people spend decades climbing the ladder of success only to discover the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Others spend so much time trying to build a better future that they unintentionally miss the beautiful present unfolding right in front of them. Life eventually asks every one of us a question. What did it cost you? Not what did you earn, not what did you own, not what did you accomplish, what did it cost you? Did success cost you your peace? Did ambition cost you your family? Did pride cost you a relationship? That could have been healed with one honest conversation. Did fear cost you the dream that the Most High, Yahweh, placed on your heart years ago? Those are expensive prices to pay. The difficult part is that we usually don't recognize the cost until much later. We assume there will always be another birthday, another anniversary, another holiday, another opportunity to tell someone we love them, another chance to say, I'm sorry, another chance to say thank you. Then one day we realize what we kept calling later quietly became too late. I've met people with very modest incomes who were genuinely rich because their homes were filled with laughter, gratitude, kindness, and love. I've also met people with enormous wealth whose homes felt strangely empty because somewhere along the journey they accumulated possessions while slowly losing relationships. Money is an incredible servant. It provides opportunities. It creates choices. It allows us to bless others. It gives us the ability to prepare for the future. Those are all wonderful things, but money was never meant to become the purpose of life. It was meant to serve life, not replace it. Real wealth looks different than the world often tells us. Real wealth is sleeping peacefully because your conscience is clear. Real wealth is having children and grandchildren who genuinely enjoy being with you. Real wealth is having friends who know the real you and choose to stay. Real wealth is having enough health to enjoy the years you worked so hard to reach. Real wealth is living a life that reflects your values instead of constantly chasing someone else's definition of success. And perhaps the greatest form of wealth is knowing that because you live, someone else's life became better. That's a legacy that can never be measured on a balance sheet. That's an investment that continues paying dividends long after we're gone. I've come to believe that the greatest treasures in life rarely announce themselves. They're found in ordinary dinners around the table, quiet conversations, unexpected laughters, long walks, morning prayers, evenings spent with people we love. Those ordinary moments eventually become the memories we treasure most. And the beautiful thing is, while we can't go back and relive yesterday, we can still choose how we'll spend today. So tonight, I'd like to leave you with one simple thought. Every morning when you open your eyes, the Most High places 24 brand new hours into your hands. Rich or poor, young or old, retired or still working, every one of us receives the same gift. None of us knows how many more times we'll receive it. That's why I believe each day deserves to be treated as something sacred rather than something ordinary. I am certainly not suggesting we stop working hard. Hard work is honorable. Providing for your family is honorable. Planning wisely for retirement is honorable. Building wealth responsibly is honorable. I've dedicated much of my life to helping people do exactly those things. But here's also what I've learned. Never become so focused on making a living that you forget to make a life. Never become so determined to reach tomorrow that you fail to notice the blessings waiting for you today. Your family doesn't need the wealthiest version of you if they never get the present version of you. The people who love you the most won't remember the size of your investment accounts nearly as much as they'll remember whether you were there when they needed you. Years from now, your grandchildren probably won't remember what kind of vehicle you drove. They'll remember whether you sat on the floor and played with them. They'll remember the stories you told them. They'll remember the laughter. They'll remember how safe they felt in your presence. Those are the moments that become a family's inheritance. One day, every one of us will look back over the story of our lives. I don't believe we'll spend much time wishing we'd answered one more email. I don't believe we'll wish we'd attended one more unnecessary meeting. I don't believe we'll wish we spent more time worrying about things we couldn't control. I think we'll remember conversation, acts of kindness, quiet evenings, unexpected smiles, time spent with people we loved, moments when we choose faith over fear, moments when we chose gratitude over complaint, Moments when we simply slowed down long enough to appreciate the blessings the Most High Yahweh had already placed in front of us. So before we end our conversation tonight, I'd like to ask you just one simple question. What are you spending every single day that you'll never be able to earn back? Don't answer me. Answer yourself. Then tomorrow morning, when the Most High Yahweh blesses you with another sunrise, spend that gift wisely, because the most expensive thing you'll ever lose probably won't be money. It will be the moments you never realized were priceless until they were gone. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. And so there you have it. Until next time, I wish you all blessings and blessings. Shalom.